Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, think about hitting the like button and subscribing. I'd appreciate that. I was playing Biomutant recently. It's an older game, came out a few years ago, but with the Xbox Series X, it's been enhanced. It's 4K, 60 frames per second. The game looks really great. And most recently, Digital Foundry did a breakdown of this game because people have been asking for it. And on the PS5, curiously, the game is still 1080p. They haven't really done any work to update it at all. Now, that's not because the PlayStation 5 is less powerful than the Xbox Series X and can't run Biomutant in 4K 60 frames per second, but I think it highlights the strength, the one strength I think that Xbox consistently has, and that's just the ease at which older games look much better if you own them and go back and play them. It allows you to experience older games over again, or maybe re-experience them. And for people that have never played games like Biomutant, they look better than they've ever looked before. So I think that's a strength. I really do. I think that having older games in your catalog that can somehow be enhanced when you buy new hardware, I think that's great. But I also think that with PlayStation 5 releasing a couple of exclusives to take advantage of the system and having exclusive third-party content as well, the idea of where are the games, Microsoft and Xbox, is starting to get so long in the tooth. It's been years now. They don't have any games. They don't have any games. You have to wait. They purchased a bunch of studios. You can't play these acquisitions. You can't play hope. You can't, hope in one hand and, take a dump in the other. Tell me which hand gets filled first. So they need something soon. And I know StarField is coming in November, but think about it. It's going to be an entire year before one first-party game gets out the door. And I know you're going to scream Halo and Forza. The Forza template does not take a lot of time to get that game out the door. And Halo, it took them forever, and then they delayed it again a year, and it's still, I hate to say it, but it is a mess. It's an absolute mess. And, cleaning things up, 2 maps after, I think, 6 months, and a campaign that's just sort of over. You can't even replay each mission in the campaign. The co-op is missing. So they need to release a first-party game that is actually complete. It's whole. It's great. It has a beginning. It has a middle. It has an end. It's polished. They need a home run. They need to walk up to the plate, one pitch, one swing, out of the park. That's what they need, and StarField has got to be that. Now, I know a lot of people point to Game Pass and say there's a ton of games in Game Pass that buys them all the time they need. Take your time. It doesn't matter. They can even take longer than everyone else because they have a service like Game Pass, and I don't think that's correct. I think that when you go out and you eat, you get a bunch of sides, but everyone wants that main course. Everyone wants that big main course, and they need that. They need that big game, that brand new game, not an IP that launched the original Xbox in Halo, not the 5th iteration of a racing game in Forza Horizon 5. They need to create something new. They need to stand up and say, we can create new IP that is polished, that is just an amazing experience, and is complete. It doesn't need 50 patches. It doesn't need to release and then 6 months later they're going to add things into it. It needs to be great from the beginning. Hopefully StarField is that, taking a long time, a year before that big first party new release in November. If it's not delayed, StarField has got to be that. I'm looking for StarField as the starting point, a way to judge Xbox first party going forward with a service and day and date as well. Let me know what you think in the comment section below about this. Am I right? Am I wrong? And I'll see you in the next video.